Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Entropycast. This week, the drink of the week, we have Evan's apple-flavored whiskey. It's enjoyable. I mean, I've had one drink of it. I had a shot the other night. And this week I have a cup. It is 35%. It is essentially adult apple juice. It is quite good. I really enjoy it so far. So let me go ahead and grab my first drink of the day, now on cam. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. So this week, we are going to be covering my Spotify Discover Weekly, because for some reason, my Spotify Discover Weekly is always decent, at least. Always find 3 or 4 different songs from it that I really enjoy and end up listening to on repeat for a few weeks in a row. This week I found, hold on one second, let me check. It is called Burnt and Worn Out by Fredo Disco and Alaska by Little Hurt. Both of those songs, very, very good. Had never heard of either of them. The Discover Weekly algorithm, whatever Spotify uses, you know how people talk about, like, I mean, if they're this good at predicting my songs, I want them to predict my future. Well, the algorithm has never missed with me. I've never had a week that wasn't decent, at least. Last week, Orlando by Sherry Amore, I believe it was called. Let me double check, I don't want to give you the wrong song. Orlando by Sherry Amore, yeah. Also an incredible song, amazing. 10 out of 10. I believe that I never really get recommended ska, even though I love ska. I listen to so much ska. Ska music is bands like Sublime, what's it called? Real Big Fish, Goldfinger. It's generally characterized by their use of the trumpet and otherwise punk-sounding music. There was a thing I saw a long time ago. I don't remember the exact date. A meme about how there is, like, the difference between, you know, emo, punk, rock, rap, and ska. And it was like, oh, well, emo music is like, oh, the world's messed up and I can't do anything about it. Punk music's like, the world's messed up and I'm gonna do something about it right now. Rock is like, the world is the world and I'm just here to sing about it. And then ska is like, the world is messed up but at least I have my trumpet. And it's great. It kills me every time I see it. In a similar vein about music, though, I've been listening to a lot of J-rock recently, that being Japanese rock akin to J-pop and K-pop. It is, it's just good, man. It goes hard. Like, it's so much pretty much J-rock. Most anime intros are J-rock. Like, My Hero Academia's are all J-rock. A good amount of Naruto's are, all the big-named animes generally use J-rock. I was, speaking of My Hero Academia, I've actually been watching it recently because I fell behind for a little bit. And I think that, not to spoil anything, they're doing a fantastic job of character development. Like, everybody feels so alive, and it's very well written. I'm sitting here, and I'm looking down in front of me at the moment, and I'm seeing a bunch of bottle caps I've been collecting from the top of the Pabst Blue Ribbons that I normally drink. And they are... I'm getting a few too many. I'm collecting the bottle caps because on the inside of every Pabst Blue Ribbon, bottle that is, on the lid, they have a playing card. That being the suit and the number. Or, the suit and... what would it be? I guess it would be the number, but... queens, face cards are like, you get what I'm saying, like 2s all the way, like aces through kings. I don't know what they're called, suits and whatever. I intend to collect all of them. Not all of them, but one of each. Maybe more. If I get duplicates, I'm still debating on what I'm going to do with them. But I'm going to collect them all and lay them out in suit form. So like all all diamonds on the left, spades, then hearts, then clubs, something like that. And lay some different colored resins over it, so that they get stuck in place, and they have this nice little color gradient across them. But I'm going to backlight it, and I'm gonna frame it and hang it on the wall. And I think it'll be a really unique, personally created piece of art that I'm really excited for. The only problem I have so far is I have, how many is that? 15? 15 lids? There's 52 cards in a deck. That means that at minimum, if I were to never get a single repeat, I would need 37 more. That's a lot of beers with no repeats. But so speaking of art, I was walking around in a fairly artsy area recently. It's where you would expect to see as many hipsters as possible, and I kind of dig it. But I saw so many people in denim jackets and flannel jackets that it's insane. It was like 80 degrees. They were all wearing jackets. Some people are willing to die for style, and I respect that. But while I was down there, I saw a ton of people with different length hairs. Like, I'm talking all the way down to their knees or buzzed. Like, it was a range. And I'm wondering what the optimal hair length is, because I haven't had a haircut in 5 years, I think the number is. My hair is quite long. And that can be a bit of a problem, because it gets stuck on stuff if I don't have it in a bun. It kind of gets in the way when I'm doing stuff at times. It takes forever to wash, and you gotta brush it all the time or it gets horribly tangled. It's kind of rough at times, and I wonder what the optimal length is. That, like, where it's still looks good when it's long, but at the same time it, like, isn't a pain to deal with. So if we were to go for it, wouldn't be like 2 inches. It would be definitely longer than that. What I'm picturing isn't like the stereotypical emo hair length where it's like, oh, just to the neck, and then it just all hangs down, and it's like, oh, it blocks the eyes. No, nothing like that. I'm thinking more like, just past the shoulders. Because at that point, it's not going to get caught on stuff, but it's still long enough for you to, like, bun. It's long enough for you to, like, swoop around and fuck around with, do some interesting stuff. I'm thinking definitely not longer than that. That's when it starts to become a hassle. That's when it starts to get caught on stuff and hit everything. So I'm picturing, like, how long would that be? How large is the average person's head so that I can measure the optimal hair length? My guess would be a little over a foot. I think that's a good estimate. Just over a foot of length. But I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. I don't know how big people are. How big is a foot? I mean, I know it's 12 inches and 3.25 feet is a meter, I think. I think that's the number. But, like, how How big is a foot? I can't picture a foot. I don't know how big how... That's insane. I mean, I can do conversions. Like, kilograms is, feet times, or not feet, pounds times 2.2. That's an easy one to remember. Man, how big is a foot? This is insane to me. How much is a cup? I don't know. Okay, so I can't picture amounts is what I'm learning. I don't know how much something is. Like, I couldn't, if someone were like, it's 6 feet tall, I couldn't do it. Not in my head. I could not picture that. Pounds? I don't think I could picture lifting a pound. Because generally a pound is a lot lighter than you expect. But you get like to 5 pounds, it's like, oh my god, this is actually like startlingly heavy when I went to pick it up. I don't know. I don't understand measurements, it turns out. Huh. That's a neat fact to learn about yourself. But I mean, wait, hold on. I weigh 170, 160-ish, somewhere in between those two. It fluctuates. Could I lift my own weight? Probably. I mean, I lifted 120 the other day. Could I? Maybe. I think I could. I think I could lift my own weight as long as it was in a small, compact thing to lift. You don't want it too small or compact, or it'll be, like, hard to grip. I'm thinking maybe, because I don't understand sizes either, I'm thinking, like, the length of my forearm. I'm thinking the length and height of my forearm, I could lift it if it weighed my weight. Not like literally, oh look, the length is, I don't know, 1.5 feet? I don't know how big my arm is. I don't know feet. I don't understand measurements. I can't do that. This has gotten so difficult. I think that however long my forearm is, if it is a perfect square. The length of my forearm and the height. If my forearm were to be turned on the side, I'm sure you get what I'm saying, it's a square. Or a cube, more so. I think I could lift that if it were my weight. I'm pretty sure. I think that is not hard to do. I wouldn't know until I tested it. That'll be another video. I'll test lifting my own weight. I don't know, man. That's really hard to quantify. How much can you know what? How much can you lift? Let me know. Let me know how much you can lift. Can you lift your own weight? Drop that in the comments. I'm curious. I think I could. I bet I could. Even if I couldn't, I bet I could get there in 15 days. If I couldn't do it, I bet I could be able to lift it in 15 days, half a month. I really don't think it's that hard. People can lift. I've seen people have been able to lift, 4 times their body weight or whatever? Can't be that hard. You really can't. I don't know how fast I could throw a baseball, but I know how fast how heavy I could lift, I'm pretty sure. I think I could do it. Like a giant pumpkin. I bet I could lift a pumpkin that is 140. Can pumpkins be 140 pounds? What's the heaviest fruit? Just average. That is heaviest fruit or heaviest edible food being vegetable or fruit that is grown on a plant, alright? Heaviest plant-based fruit per inch. Not talking total, because if it was total, it would be some bullshit like a melon. I'm thinking per inch. Would it come down to it being like an apple because they're dense? Or would it come down to being like a pumpkin because they're seed-filled? I don't know. I'm really curious now. We'll go on averages. Let me know if you got any ideas there. And if I don't get an answer, I'll do the math. I'm curious. I really want to know now. But speaking of pumpkins, I have been seeing too many pictures of pumpkin patches, and I'm starting to hate them. I've only picked pumpkins once or twice ever in my life, and it wasn't enjoyable. But if I keep seeing these motherfucking pumpkins, I'ma lose it. I just see them everywhere. It is fucking April, I think? It is April. Why are all these motherfuckers in pumpkin patches right now? Isn't that a fall thing? I'm pretty sure it's a fall thing. Like Halloween-ish, November-ish. Thanksgiving-ish, not November-ish. Oh yes, my two favorite holidays, Halloween and November, I don't know, man. Like, I don't... How big is a fucking... Like, how big are pumpkin patches in the local and universal... psyche, I guess? Where people love them enough to post pictures about them constantly. Like, I've seen so many. I'm recording this the day after Easter. Why am I still seeing pumpkins? Get them out. Like, I want them gone. You can have your Halloween, you can have your November, the other holiday, but you cannot have the spring. The spring when it should be like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. The eggs, the cursed object. I'm thinking come on, give me a little space. What is another spring holiday? There's one that I'm forgetting. Because there's St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter. I don't know. I'm forgetting one. It's going to be one that when I see it, I'm going to be like, oh, right, that is actually a sizable holiday. Arbor Day? Arbor Day's in fall. Veterans Day is around 4th of July. That's like July the 8th or 7th or some shit. Mother's Day? Mother's Day's in May. Father's Day is in... It is like the 2 weeks after, right? I think. I'm not good with dates. I'm very, very bad with dates. I don't know what happens when. Oh god. When is that? When are these dates, dude? I guess I'll just never know. I'm not gonna look it up. I refuse to look stuff up. Unless I absolutely am extremely curious, but I'm never gonna look up dates. I refuse. But, I do know at least, that the next month being March, April, May, May the 4th is a Star Wars thing, right? May the 4th be with you, I think. Because it's not March the 4th be with you. And it does start with an M. I think that makes sense. April, nothing else happens in April. There's June 19th. I don't know nothing else that I can remember in June. July. 4th of July. Veterans Day, maybe? June, July. August is nothing. October is Halloween. November, Thanksgiving. December, Christmas. What happens in January? Oh, New Year's Eve. Or New Year, right. February's Valentine's Day. February, March? What happens in March? Is there nothing in March? Oh, I skipped September, didn't I? I just went August, November, or August, October. September, nothing happens in September as far as I know. Nothing happens in March as far as I know. April has April the 1st and Easter. I think that's it. I think that's it. You know what? Next holiday, the next notable holiday, which is April, May, June. Would it be June for Juneteenth? Or do I want to do July for 4th of July? I'll do an Independence Day thing. I'll do a July the 4th thing. We'll see what happens. That's about the time the boatcast is going to happen anyway. So, I'll get on that. It'll be good. You know what? I'll grill. I will learn to grill, and then grill that day. It'll be something. It'll be fun, I think. I hope more so than I think, but I'm sure I'll fuck it up. I'm sure I'll catch fire to whatever I'm cooking. If I'm using a grill, it's bound to happen. I've literally never used one before. I'll have to look into it. Maybe I'll use lighter fluid. Maybe I'll use charcoal. Maybe it'll be... I probably shouldn't use lighter fluid, right? Do you? No. That would be a bad idea. Because then it would be like, the food would be like gaseous. Right. Okay, we got it. I understand. I get it. No lighter fluid. But I'll debate over doing it over fire, or over fire. I'll debate doing it over wood or charcoal. I mean, both are essentially the same thing. One's just a bit more compact and time-based, I think. But it'll be good. I think I can make something of that. So, that being said, future plans, be sure you look at the Patreon that I still haven't set up because I'm a lazy motherfucker. Be sure you subscribe. Let me know how much you can lift and whether or not you think you could lift your body weight. Because even if you know you can lift something, it's possible you could lift your body weight. Let me know what you think. And, I think I already said, be sure you like the video. One comes out for Eastern time, 12 a.m. on Tuesday. For Central, that would be 11, I believe. For West Coast, that would be 9. I don't know Mountain Time. I think that's Eastern. I'm not sure. When is Mountain Time? It's Midwest, right? I think Mountain Time is Midwest. I don't know. I don't know time zones either. We're learning stuff even after I'm ending the episode. Look at that. Yeah. Thanks for listening, and I hope you all have a fantastic morning, night, day. Have a good one.